Yes, Zaga, Laga, Zaga. All right. For whatever reason, I can't go live on Facebook for a couple of days, but Zaga, Yaga, you know the vibes, man. You rocking out with your truly Showtime Sizzle. Let me share this over there, though. You know, when you start turning it up, right? You know, people gonna get in their feelings, especially when they not, you know, moving how you moving and grooving how you grooving, right? Like I said, a lot of YouTube boxing channels, right? They may do views, right? But they information, they catalogs be trash bags. Yes, trash. They content be even worse. Trash bags. Yes, trash. You know? So let me let me share this real quick. Even worse. Trash bags. Yes, trash. And content. All right. Let me share this in my group. Then I'm going to proceed. Now, for months on months, right? You know, we have been getting all type of thumbnails and you know information in regards to the biggest fight in boxing, the undisputed welterweight fight in boxing. You have all these channels that claim to be uh, in the mix, in the loop, you know, pushing their narratives, who's to blame, when it's going to be announced. This guy doesn't really want to fight. Uh, you know, all the the stuff, right? But truth be told, right? The real, yes, the real is those guys over there. They're not paying, man. But I understand why so many YTC channels don't want to accept the truth, don't want to accept what's really going on behind the scenes. Is because for so long, the narrative has always been that those guys over there make the most money. They make the most money. They make the most money. Okay, so go. Why are you telling me? I told you to go before. That they make the most money, right? Um, but that's not the case, man. It's so apparent with these negotiations. But see, like I just said, so many YouTube channels and quote unquote UTEP, I mean UTEP, uh, YouTube content creators, right? Like I said, they are not in the loop or in the mix, right? So what do? They go off of what Ozzy, Ron, Bob, their cult leaders tell them to say, and a lot of times their cult leaders ain't in the loop or in the mix. They just, getting paid to spend whatever. So when you have guys constantly telling you that this guy is the big deal, this guy is making all the money, he's this, that, he's that, but the guaranteed money he gets is severely, severely low, right? But this is where these guys come into play at. Because now you get all of these guys that love to speak on back end. Well, he made this on the back end. He made that on the back end. You can't prove back end. You can prove it. Guys are having nervous breakdowns. Guys, wives, partners since high school coming out, saying all kind of crazy shit on social media. That's the back end. That's the back end money. That probably was never there. See, the writing is on the wall with this. Like I said, so many YouTubers, right, are deaf, dumb, and blind. They are cult members. They drunk the Kool-Aid. They push narratives, and they have to follow their leaders. They can't question nothing. Even if they think the orders are not official or tainted, like the Kool-Aid y'all drink. That's why y'all so lost and out the loop. Now, way back in the beginning of the year, Tim Smith came out and said it, right? He said that they didn't want to disrespect Terrence Crawford with the offer. Now we're seeing stories come out. They offered him 3 fights, 15 million, somewhere around that. That's $5 million guaranteed to fight. Then I heard the highest guaranteed they're willing to give him is $9 million. So if they're willing to give him $9 million, and what is the biggest fight over there for him? Earl Spence, right? So they're telling us, or they're telling him, but I'm telling you that fight is only worth $9 million for them to pay him. But yet, when you come on YouTube every single day, you have these channels that push the narrative that this is the biggest fight in boxing. Heavyweight showdown just took place this past week in Saudi Arabia. Usyk and Anthony Joshua. I did a live maybe 2-3 days ago where I showed that Usyk's bonus for winning the fight was $9 million. He was paid a guaranteed purse of, I believe, $33 million. Was that the biggest fight in boxing? Now, the narrative has been that this is the biggest fight in boxing, but yet the most you are willing to pay one of the fighters in it is $9 million guaranteed. How is that possible? You know how that's possible? Because a lot of the people on the YTC, on the internet, on social media, that have been, quote unquote, building this fight up for years and years are merely con artists, merely stat dukers, number runners. The numbers that they have aren't really the numbers. So what happens? The trickle down effect, right? They always want to blame Team Crawford. He doesn't sell. He doesn't do this. But act like Earl Spence is this big seller, right? This dynamic pay-per-view star. And that is so far from the truth. And this is no slight at Earl Spence. This is no slight at Earl Spence. Yes, like I said, they want to make it seem like one side does all the lifting. If that was the case, right? And I want y'all to, like I said, this is no slight at Earl Spence and Team Spence and them, right? If that was the case, right? When one fighter is truly the A side, regardless who he's going to fight, the fight is going to sell, right? Right? This is not debatable. This is not even questionable, right? Because like when Floyd Mayweather was an A side fighter, he would fight guys like Andre Berto and what was Chino, Madonna. His last big fight, the exhibition, right? What was his name? Conor McGregor. He was the A side, so the fight was going to sell regardless, right? Shout out to Ronald Fink, we in the building. Ron said, "Listen, and I appreciate that, my guy. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the Source Experience where we get the big dogs to roll out later for what they talking about." He said, "Earl won't get another dime from me." I can dig it. I can dig it, man. I can definitely dig it, man. You know, I can dig it. You know, I can dig it, man. They've been a lot of those guys over there been bamboozling and hoodwinking the system forever, ever, and it shows, man. It just shows, like, and like I said, man, salute to Team Crawford. Continue to stand on your square, man. Continue to stand on your square and know your value, know your worth, man. See, because like I said, a lot of these guys, right? They've been hoodwinking and bamboozling fans and people forever. You know, forever. Like their guarantee's been so low that they think everybody's supposed to take the low guarantee. No, some fighters is not with that, man. Some fighters, you know, built up their resume, built up their, you know, their accolades as champions and undisputeds, and these are the type of things you get paid for, man. Just take it like I'm gonna break it down like this for y'all, man. Because like I said, when it comes to this YTC shit and this internet shit, half these people that you get your information from are deaf, dumb, and blind. And what they doing to you, they dumbing you down, right? So you don't really catch on. But I'm gonna give you the source right here for you to catch on, right? And I'm gonna break it down, not even in boxing terms. I'm gonna break it down in real life terms, right? If I am a contractor, right, and you hire me for a job, right, and I show you my resume, I run down the shit that I did. I say, yo, I built this right here. You see this four-story colonial? I built that. You see this 8-story colonial? I built that. You see this 12-story colonial? I built that. You see this 20-story colonial? I built that. Now you see how I just ran down my qualifications, right? So when it's time to go to the table and discuss what I am going to be paid to do the job for you, because that's what these fighters are. The fight is the job, right? Why would I take less than, I just told you, I did a 4-story then I went to an 8, then I went to a 12, then I went to a 20. Why am I going to take anything less than what I got for a 20 floor Colonial? Hopefully y'all caught that source, man. That's how I'm trying to give it to y'all, man. See, they be wanting fighters who have built up their resumes, built up their accolades, to automatically now take less money than what they have previously gotten. And not only that, they want them to take this, and the narrative has been, this is the biggest fight in boxing. Does that make any sense to y'all, man? So I'm trying to keep this under 25 minutes, man. Because this is educational sauce tonight, man. You know, I'm trying to keep this under 25 minutes, man. So when somebody actually knows what their worth and their value is, they're not going to sell themselves short. See, other people, especially those that don't know their actual value, will always sell themselves short because they are going to go off of what they are advised or told. Meanwhile, they are being slanted. Salute to Andrew Charles in the building. I see you, good brother. So when you see a guy that knows, yes, he started out in the barn, but now he's building palaces, and he has people coming out stating that the money that they paid him, they could have built houses in Beverly Hills. So you know what the man has been getting. Why would he take anything less than what he has been getting? And quote unquote, this is the biggest fight in boxing. See, a lot of these channels, for whatever reason, like I said, they are not real boxing fans. They are fans of particular fighters, particular people who are probably greasing their palms. So that is the shenanigans that they spit. Thank you, Ronald Finkley. I'm glad you are catching this source tonight. So when I see these channels in these groups, I laugh. You know, I laugh because I'm like, yo, bro, and I see their followers and they you know, they're what did I call them? They're Jim Joneses, because they're cult members, man. They're just lost. They're lost. They're cult members. So when they try to always blame Team Crawford for the fight not being made, and oh, he doesn't sell, and this, that, and the third, and you know, everything is always them, right? But I want y'all to catch this too, right? Everything is always them, right? But when it comes to the executives, the Espinosas and Al, it's never them, right? But also catch this, right? Whenever any type of information is presented or leaked out, right? And this is for all these pro PBC guys, pro Spence guys. Why don't you never get no information from them? Why are you always going off of what you feel Crawford and them are doing when they don't even fuck with you, or you don't even fuck with them, and it shows with your videos that you put out, with your narratives that you push? But why can't you get some insider information from them, the ones you are constantly making videos in their favor for? You know why? Because, like I said, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok forever. Yes, forever. This is the Source Experience. You're rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle Zaga. Yaga. Yes. Yes. Facts of life. Salute to Pop in the building. That's Ronald Finkley, man. Super fanboys, not boxing heads. That is the biggest facts. I'm going to leave that up there, man. Thank you. I'm going to definitely leave that up there. Yes, True Media is here. Media marketing agent, the Source, aka Shaw News. But like I said, every time, right? Yo, I watched this dude yesterday, and I laughed. I said, yo, these dudes are so out the mix, right? You know where they get their information from? They sit around on Twitter. They sit around on social media. They sit around on YouTube. I watched the dude, right? And I laughed, right? And I said, this is how lost his audience is. This motherfucker took the whole Sean Porter interview that he did with Earl Spence and just summarized it. And I said to myself, damn, motherfuckers is that deaf, dumb, and blind on YouTube that they listen to a motherfucker break down somebody else's interview and act like he delivered concrete information to them when they could have watched the interview for themselves. Wake the fuck up, man. Hello, Zaga, Yaga, yes, man. But that's what you get out here, man. That's why yesterday, like I said, salute to my guy Bernie the Boxer, them Omaha boys. I fucked the game up yesterday because I am a little channel, a channel that, in all actuality, my catalog shits on a lot of people. I'm just humble, right? But when it comes to coming on YouTube or speaking on platforms and panels, for whatever reason, guys want to act like I'm not the goods. Whatever. Hello. When we could compare resumes. Like I said, what fighters have you ever got signed? What deals have you collaborated on? What sponsors have you bought to different things of that nature? Like I said, man, I can get really into depth, but I just choose not to. Now I just choose back to sit back and point out how many people are just deaf, dumb, and blind. Well, like we always like to say, but hey, what do I know? But let's get back to what we was breaking down on this source, right? All of the blame always gets shifted to them, right? Whereas fighters are like contractors, subcontractors. So if one fighter knows his worth and value, and he's telling the people that's contracting them, like, nah, I can't take that. I'm a 20-story and up type of fighter. You know, look, this is my resume. When I came in, I did this. Then I built up to this. Built up to that. Now I'm built up to this. But you're going to get these guys say, oh, your numbers. You don't sell. Last time that I checked, the MGM Grand, when he fought Porter, was sold out. Dudes want to talk about pay-per-views, right? Pay-per-view is not selling right now. It's just pay-per-view is a thing of the past, right? But if you look at, you want to talk numbers, right? Terrence Crawford's numbers is on the up. That's what y'all love to talk about, numbers, right? His numbers are going up in the positive direction. Whereas the quote-unquote A side, who the narrative has been pushed for forever, ever, numbers are declining. Yes, declining. And there's a reason why they want to fight at Jerry's World, right? You know why? Because that's what he sells at. He's a local now. He's a local. You know? And not only that, so you guys got to pay attention, right? When you are in debt and you owe, you got to pay that back, right? Like with anything, like for those of y'all that know, like if you own a house, right, and you take a mortgage, you have to pay the bank back that, right? Well, I'm gonna say this because a lot of y'all don't know about owning homes, right? And this is, I'm not knocking nobody. I'll use this because, you know, most people want to buy cars first. So when you get a loan to buy a car, right, you make a car payment every month, right? Every month. Because you have to pay that back. Now, that's the same thing with these fighters, right? Like a lot of these fighters claim they don't have promoters, but they're in bed with other people for other things, you know? People do things for them, help them out. That costs money. They have to pay that back, right? And I'm not going to disclose one of my sources is somebody who we was talking today, and we were speaking on some things behind the scenes, but Jerry Jones is the real reason why that he wants that fight in Dallas. Jerry needs his bread. Shout out to Jerry Jones, man. I'm a Jones too, man. Shout out to Jerry. Jerry needs his bread, man. You know, Jerry wants his bread. Zaga, Yaga, yes. Damn, Sauce, how much do you really know? But yeah, man, it's a reason why they pushing for that fight in Dallas. You know, it's a reason why, man. It's a reason why, man. Salute to Ronald Finkley once again. He said it's a black on black crime. Instead of supporting the event, Shot News Crawford is just as big as Spence because when we were Spence fan base, not anymore. If PBC don't promote the event, WBO hires belt to me. Yeah, yo, listen, man. Yo, what they don't understand is right. They act like Crawford doesn't have big billionaires behind him, right? Last time I checked, man, wasn't Warren Buffett one of the richest guys too? You know, Warren Buffett, man. That's Crawford's man, right? Last time I checked, when Crawford fought in Omaha, Nebraska, right? And I spoke about this off the record with my guys. I was like, yo, do you think if y'all ever fought in the summertime, like right around now when it's hot, and y'all fought at where the Nebraska Cornhuskers play football at, how many people you think y'all could put up in there, man? Because they always like to act like, you don't move the needle. They always try to act like you don't sell. How many people do you think you could pack out in that football, that college football if you was to have a fight there? Because they always talk about, oh, this guy did 40, 50s. Yeah, Crawford could do that too at home. He could do that too. Let's talk. Let's talk, man. But like I said, man, there's so many Kool-Aid sippers out here. They just don't get it, man. But they got it yesterday, man. Because like I said, I checked a lot of temperatures today on YouTube, right? I checked them on Facebook, too. They try to block my lives on Facebook. Dudes is in their feelings, man. It is what it is, man. Put in some work, man. Network, man. Be a real creative, man. Do the do. Like, you can't just be on YouTube or on the internet. No, get out in the field, man. And another thing, don't be a follower. There's so many followers, sheep, like my guy likes to say. He calls them sheep. There's so many sheep on YouTube, man. It's a couple of shepherds, cult shepherd leaders, but it's a lot of sheep out there, man. And they're just lost, man. They're lost. They sit back. They figure, right? And I'm going to tell you what fucked them up yesterday, right? Like I said, I'm a little channel. I don't do views, right? But I really do views. I'm going to tell you why I do views in a second. But I don't do the views like your typical boxing sites and boxing channels. But those are the guys that watch my shit, try to steal my shit, and remix my shit, right? And act like they are the source. But like I said, I have real CEOs and big dogs that fuck with me, and it was evident yesterday, man. Because like my man hit me up today, right? He said, "Yeah, I don't never think I ever seen Crawford on anybody's YouTube channel like that." I said, "Hey, what can I say? Bernie's my guy. Did you miss me? Bernie's my guy, man. That's not my first interview with Bernie. That's not my first time interacting with Bernie. That's not my first time interacting with Crawford. You've seen pictures when I had my daughters in Pampers and stuff. Now they're big. You've seen pictures of them still around him. And me being who I am, woke, Zaga, Yaga, a real tribesman. And I see what they try to do to my brother. And I see the narratives that they try to push on my brother. And I know my source experience with my brother. I said, no, I can't stand around and continue to let this be the shenanigans that's pushed when it's so far from the truth. Hopefully y'all caught that source. Like I said, stand on your square, man. Up the fees, man. This is the biggest fight in boxing, right? So the guarantee should be what it should be, especially when I, build 20-story floors and things of that nature. Why would I go back to taking the money for a 4th-story floor? Hopefully y'all caught that. So salute to the chat as always, man. My guy Ronald Fink. Check him out, Modern King Boxing. Pop a lot of smoke. My guy Andrew Charles as always. Everybody be great. You see what time it is, 6:03. You know where I'm heading to. The gym. Yes, the gym. See, like I said, some of us are hands-on and some of us are green room only. If the shoe fits, wear it. You know, do your 2 and 3 hour basement videos discussing boxing business or get into the boxing gym. Hopefully y'all caught and enjoyed that sauce. Zaga! Yaga! You know the vibes. I holla.